another edition of Avid Golfer Magazine's Drive Time feature. For the October issue, I think we found ourselves a vehicle unicorn. For if you want to drive in absolute opulence, in luxury, you just want to feel like you're treated royally, and if you get that little hair up every once in a while, maybe the little horns come out and you want to be a little frisky, this car can also be a veritable bat out of hell. Let's give this a shot. It is the Mercedes-Benz AMG S63 4MATIC. It is awesome. I want to thank the DFW Mercedes dealers for letting me have the use of this car. I hate to give it back, but while I'm having it, it's quite a ride. Let's take a look. Okay, first of all, this car is gorgeous. This is painted in emerald green. If you catch it in just the right light, it is stunning. It shimmers. When the light doesn't hit it quite right, it almost looks black, which is okay. But every once in a while, well, you get that look, and it just makes me smile every time I look at it. It has the 5-spoke AMG sport rims. Here's another accessory that is getting really popular on a lot of brands now, is the painted brake calipers. I think it just sets it off just right. My wife said it looks like a nice pair of earrings on a car. It's just enough, just subtle. These lights are absolutely incredible. When you put them on high beams, they have LED panels behind these lights, and you can see it like spread out and shorten up, and it looks like when you're doing the high beams, like somebody's drawing out curtains for the high beams. It's really an incredible look. You have these huge airfoils in the front, cool down that bi-turbo V8 engine. By the way, 603 horsepower, 664 pound-feet of torque. That's all you want, folks. Probably more than you want, but it's not that you need it, it's that you want it. Because it's an AMG, because it's Mercedes-Benz Sport Division, quad exhausts. And that's idling. How great does that sound? That is veritable music in my ears. Put in a whole set of clubs horizontally, and I can get my driver in there too, no problem. This is an interesting feature. This is some sort of a storage box, storage shelf. I can make it deeper if I want. I don't know what I'm putting in there, laundry, I have no idea. Most people would probably put their golf shoes in there. I think it's kind of a cool little feature, and the fact you can change the depth, not bad. Or I guess you put drinks back here too, you're having a picnic. Power close, as it should. And there you go, that's the exterior. All right, so we talked about the exterior, which is gorgeous. That emerald green, I might even buy a suit that looks like that. It looks so good. Let's talk about the interior, because this is where the opulence really, really kicks in. So first of all, it's the AMG division of Mercedes-Benz, which is their sport racing edition, or not edition, it would be their division. How about, let's go with that. So it's got a little squared off at the bottom, has a nice tactile feel to it. You have a multitude of buttons on here that control all the different features that are on the infotainment screen, on the dash, and the dash is programmable. This is carbon fiber inlay. Everything in this car costs money, but to me it's worth it if you have the means. So this is our carbon fiber. Looks great with the sport motif. It's a contrasting double stitch on the leather everywhere, dash, and the seats are just so comfortable. So what I love about this car is a lot of things that are programmable on it, including the instrumentation. It has a little button right here, kind of a little scratch pad right here, and I can go ahead and change different things, change different settings. I can look at the tire pressure, I can look at what day it is. Now, moving on to the instrumentation here, one of the things that wowed everybody that was a passenger in this car, besides the sound and so forth, is the massaging seats. So I put this to driver's seat and I put it on massage. It has 7 different settings. I tend to put mine on activating massage, and you can see it on the screen where it's hitting you on certain points. It goes for about 10 minutes at a time. But man, I don't even tell the passengers I'm doing it. I just do it and they go, what's that? Now that's pretty darn cool. And it is. And it just, at the end of a long day, maybe you had a tough day on the driving range or whatever, and your back's a little tweaked, it's actually pretty darn cool. Now the other part is that you can't see is if I want to do dynamic seat here. So this is, see where you see the two side bolsterings? I have it on level 2, so it's pretty stiff. And so what happens is, when you go into a turn, instead of your body rolling in and out of the turn, those side bolsters inflate and keep you stationary, which is a really cool feature. It's almost like you're getting a warm hug. I really like that. The rest of the stuff is pretty standard on most of these high-end cars. You have the navigation system, pretty spot on. I liked it a lot. You have parking feature. You can get the camera, see where you're going. So if I'm doing this and I do this, I can see where I'm at. Pretty good high def too, right? That looks pretty good. And you can see our guy in the background. He's texting somebody from the rearview camera. By the way, gas mileage is about 16 and 25. For a bi-turbo V8, that's pretty darn good. They have more buttons on here. They have a trackpad on here. They also have a wheel, so you can, it's called the command, so you can go ahead and change different settings this way, or you can do it this way. Now the difference is, I find it easier to do it this way when I'm driving, because right here this thing can get a little sketchy every once in a while. But again, it's all about options, buddy, and that's what you want. This right here is your settings for your sport, for your sport plus, for your comfort, for your eco, all that. I tend to keep mine in sport plus a lot because I love the sound of the engine, and gosh, when it downshifts, it just sounds like music to my ears. One of the downsides of this car, very few of them, is right here. That's your storage in your center compartment. Now, the good news is I can wirelessly charge my phone. The bad news is that's about all I can get in here, which is kind of interesting. I thought for sure this thing would lift up and you'd be able to put some stuff underneath. Not the case. So if you're looking for a downside, that might be one of them. Although you do have some ample space here, and in the glove compartment's pretty good too. Other than that, you have 3 different memory settings. You have ventilated seats, you have heated seats, and so really it has just about everything you'd ever want in a car. And you know what? Kind of should at 170 grand with options. Now let's get to the back seat. All right, so we're getting in this limo-esque back seat. You wouldn't notice it from the outside, even though the car looks longer than some. This is opulence. I can stretch out my nearly 6-foot frame, no problem at all. You have some nice settings that you can control your own air back here. And I can also, I don't know if you can get this, Jason, I can also open up, hold on, I'll get it. Got my own sunroof. How about that? It's pretty cool. So you have a lot of control back here if you want it. I can also raise and lower my my screen. Sunscreen right there. Kind of cool. And then the other feature that's really neat, get this thing back up for the sun, is the center armrest. I also have a wireless charger back here. I actually have more storage room back here than in the front, and I kind of got a couple of cup holders. I mean, this is just the best. Even the armrests will heat up if you need it. So this is for, like I said, 149,000 base and 169 with almost every option. If you have the means, this car just has about everything you want. So there you go. It's Mercedes-Benz Unicorn. That's what I'm calling it. It is the AMG S63 4MATIC. It's all-wheel drive, 603 horsepower, 664 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. It is all you want. It's got power. It's got handling. It's got opulence. It's got luxury. It's got everything you want, and it should. Again, I want to thank the DFW Mercedes dealers for providing us the tester so we can showcase this. You can check it out in the October issue of Avid Golfer magazine. Until next time, happy driving.